Do you struggle to understand the men in your life? Are you constantly getting into altercations with them? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, this is going to help you out. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's topic of discussion is understanding men. We're going to talk about how you can connect better with the men in your life, bridge any gaps related to mutual understanding, and develop a stronger bond with them. These principles can be applied to any man in your life, your best friend, your partner, your spouse, or your parents. Let's not keep you waiting and let's get into it. So let's understand the 4 key values that drive men. Men are driven by power, competence, achievement, and efficiency. Let's explore what this means further up in the video. Men enjoy dominance. It's as simple as that. During the time of cavemen, dominance was established as being physically stronger, fitter, faster, and healthier. This led to benefits that were inherently survival related. And these benefits are improved longevity, more food, access to mates, access to better living conditions or areas. Now, let's take this principle and apply it to children. So, young boys are taught from a very young age that, and this is as culturally agnostic as I can get with this entire thing. So the few things that young boys are told are to read more books, learn how to play sports, and learn how to get along well with others. So why is this? Now, reading books equals greater knowledge. Everybody knows this. More knowledge equals greater development and greater ability in school. Think of it as a survival advantage. If you're smarter than the other kids, you'll be better off academically, which means better opportunities, better chances at a scholarship, or getting into the college of your choice. In a way, you dominate the competition. Now, coming on to the next point, learning how to play sports. From an evolutionary perspective, man has always succeeded at the intersection of physical fitness and group-based cooperation. Think of pack hunters. One wolf can't take on a moose alone, but if there's enough wolves in the pack, that moose is going down. Playing sports is the first step that boys take towards building themselves physically. Physical exercises, they often help in catalyzing growth, strength, speed, and agility. It's why kids who play sports into their teenage years experience much more rampant growth spurts than children who do not and are physically much more developed than their peers. So from a survival perspective, what this means is that teaching children fitness and healthy eating early in life guarantees that they steer clear of unhealthy eating habits, and it empowers them to make better choices for themselves. The second point that drives all men is competence. Now, what is competence? So it refers to the ability to do something skillfully or better than someone else. Now, there are 3 kinds of skills that most men acquire over their lifetimes. The first kind is functional or transferable skills. The second is personal traits or attitudes. And the third are knowledge-based skills. Now, functional and transferable skills refer to skills that teach you to accomplish a certain purpose. For example, riding a bike or changing a car tire. For kids, it can be as simple as knowing how to do certain chores or taking care of things without the help of your parents. As adults, there are things that are expected of you at every life stage, and your competence comes from being able to successfully perform what is asked of you. Now, personal traits or attitudes refer to social skills and how you engage and react with people around you. This is key to making sure that people like you and trust you, especially in those early days. This explains why teenagers love to be popular. It's a stamp of approval from their peer group that they are accepted and heading in the right direction. Knowledge-based skills refer to anything that you are learning through formal or informal education. What matters is what did you learn, are you using it, and most importantly, is it working for you? If you are not able to demonstrate competence in terms of your knowledge-based skills, most men typically lose authority and are no longer sought out for their counsel on the piece of knowledge that they were supposedly good at. So this is why men tend to offer advice and tell people how to do things. It's central to their being, and it's very important that they come off as competent and problem solving. Let's get on to point number 3. Learning how to get along well with others. Cooperation is the cornerstone of success when it comes to the human race. This teaches young boys to share, to make bonds and alliances. And in a way, help them to carve out a place for themselves within their peer group. Now, learning how to cooperate as children can translate into success as an adult. And this applies to when you have to convince, sell, build, or even deal with people you don't like. Cooperation's really important, and this will get you those brownie points from people who you're looking for. As a kid, it's as simple as learning how to share your toys or your room with a sibling, and the learnings of sharing are foundational, and it's key to dominating something when they get older. It could be your career or whatever else. Now, as adults, the power of a man is measured by physical stature, experience, influence, and wealth. In order to get there, young boys are subjected to this learning and skilling process. And sometimes, it yields results, sometimes it doesn't. The third point we're going to get into is efficiency. Now, efficiency refers to the ability to do something well and quickly. So this point ties into the previous 2 points as well, in the sense that you need to establish competence in order to get efficient at it. Once you're efficient at something and you get the power and authority of a so-called expert, then that kind of means that you're dominant at it. You are the best. You are the MVP at the task right now and in this moment. Men pride themselves and other men when they reach a level of efficiency in a skill where they dominate. It could be music, it could be sports, it could be business or anything else. Just think of famous people and how they get hero worship, literally. So if you're efficient at what you're doing, it's a great source of pride, and once again, men tend to tie it into their self-worth. If you're still watching and you love this video so far, consider subscribing. People are a lot more complex than what we give them credit for. Our final point has to do with achievement. From a very young age, men are taught to achieve. Very target-driven, which is why most men work great at competing and completing a single task that requires expertise. A lot of men tie their self-worth in the value that they present to others by demonstrating their achievements. Now, your achievements could be anything from earning money or creating something amazing or helping someone. Basically, men love a lot of credit, and that's just the way they are. This is why men apply this mindset of achieving targets to a lot of things that they do. It works like a positive reinforcement to them, and once they get that taste of accomplishment from just one task, they want it more and more. To conclude, apply these principles whenever you interact with a man next. And if this is somebody who you have trouble with, try to think of these things from these 4 perspectives. Appeal to his sense of power, competence, efficiency, or achievement, whichever is the most applicable in your situation. You'll be able to make a connect, and you'll be able to get him to see things your way. Never undermine a man's sense of achievement or competence, because he will try harder to prove that he is right to you. Instead, think about the benefits of what you're suggesting and what do they mean for him, and see what you can do to get him to see things your way. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments about your stories where you have failed to convince a man on something, and I look forward to helping you out any way I can.